So, hello everyone. So, my name is Olaiwola Abdurrahman. So, I'm also a student of LASU. So, I'm studying electronics and computer engineering. So, but what I want you to do here, I want to teach you some programming. So, but we have to go and branch through some programming. That's the definition at the beginning, so that it will not be strange when you are programming and someone is asking you what is programming, you don't know the definition of programming. So as you are seeing on the screen, so a programming, so what they known as a programming, so that's what we want to look at now. The definition of a computer program. Now, a computer program is a set of sequential instructions written in some computer language that is used to direct the computer to perform some specific tasks of computation. Do you wonder why? For example, let's say the thing we normally do at home. For example, a friend came to your house and the friend don't know how to cook, or the friend don't know how to do tea. You know, you have to explain to the friend that what, okay my friend, so you want to make tea, what are the first thing you take? So that is, you are going to instruct that, okay my friend, these are the necessary step that you are going to take. So what's the first step? The first step is, you what, you boil water, right? And when you boil water, so you may add the sachet, depending on the type of tea you want to prepare. You may add the sachet, maybe the sachet of Milo and peak milk. So then the next thing is, you put it in the cup. When the water is warm, then put it in the cup, then pour the milk and the tea, pour it, put sugar, and then twist it. So in that process, you are giving him a set of instruction. That is, you are commanding him that he should do this so something. And then using some what? Using some step. So similarly, if we are saying a computer program is a set of sequential instruction. That is, you are giving the computer, okay computer, this is what I want you to do for me. That is, you have given him instruction, okay do this, and it will have it done. That's a computer. So in some computer language, now you want to write a program, so you will need some language. What language? Is it the high level language or the low level language? So depending on the language that you want to use to write, so you are given a computer instruction, then it requires some language. So that is, if you are given a computer an instruction with what? With a specific language. Are you getting me? That is used to direct the computer to perform some specific task of computation. Then, if you are using that language, it will now tell the computer, okay, this is what I want you to do, and your computer will have it done. So, it's a set. The set of instruction must be such that the task will what? Usually be performed sequentially unless directed otherwise. Each instruction in the set will express a unit of work that the computer language can support. Generally, high-level languages, known as 3GLFs, support one human activity at a time. I hope it's clear, right? So now, what we want to look at now, we want to overview of the web. So we want to look at the HTML basics, the HTML document, the HTML tags, the HTML attributes. So what are the overview of the web? The first thing we have to define is what is the web. you know, the web. So the web, an infrastructure of information combined and the network of software used to access it. You know, you have to be familiar with what? With a web. So we have some browser, like you can see on the screen, you can see here, you can see the Opera Mini, so you can see the Firefox, so you can see the Mozilla, so that's the Mozilla Firefox. You can also see the what, what's it called, the Google Chrome. Are you getting me? So you can use any of the browser. So are you getting me? So now, a web page, a web page, a document that contains or reference various kinds of data. So that's what they call what, a web page. So you are still going to get to know what I'm just giving you a definition. Now links. There's also a link. Are you getting me? So the links is a connection between one web page and another what, and another web page. So when you have a web page, I'm going to show you, just don't worry. So you are going to know what I refers to as the link. Are you getting me? So a website. Now when they say a website is just a collection of related web pages. You know, when you have web pages, the collection of the web pages, so they are known as what? They are known as website. That's what they call website. Now the web browser, a software tool that retrieves and displays web pages. So like this that I've shown you, so which is the what, Google Chrome, Firefox, and Opera Mini and the like. So web server, a computer set up to respond to requests for web pages. Now, what is URL? A URL is simply what? Uniform Resource Locator. So a standard way of specifying the location of a web page containing the word host name and what, and a file. So search engine, what we know as a search engine, a website that helps you find other websites. Are you getting me? A website that helps you what, find other websites. So that's what they know as search engine. You can see that's what they know as what, search engine. You can see it like the Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, like the Opera Mini, and the what, the Explorer. So they are known as what? They are known as search engine. Now blog or web blog. So an online journal or newsletter that is frequently what, updated and intended for public consumption. That's the web blog. So now HTML, HTML basic. So the HTML basics. So the HTML stands for what? It stands for hyper what? It stands for hypertext markup language. Are you getting me? And it is the most widely used language to write web pages. Like you want to write a web page, so you will need what? HTML. Are you getting me? You need what? You need HTML. Not that you just go and download the software called HTML. So you are going to know as we are proceeding. So is what? It is the most widely used language to write what? To write web page. So hypertext refers to what? The way in which web pages, HTML documents are linked together. Thus, the link available on a web page are called what? Are called hypertext. That's the link available on a web page are called hypertext. Are you getting me? While hypertext itself, it refers to the way in which the web pages, that the HTML documents are linked together. So when you link the pages, you link them page by page, you link them together. So we are going to do that, but just let's continue. So as its name suggests, HTML is a markup language, which means you use HTML to simply mark up a text document with tags that tells a web browser how to structure it to display. Originally, HTML was developed with the intent of defining the structure of documents like headings, paragraphs, lists, and so forth, to facilitate the sharing of scientific information between researchers. Now HTML is being widely used to format web pages with the help of different tags available in HTML. Now, HTML document in the simplest form, following is an example of an HTML document. So we have some basic HTML. So they follow this principle. So that is, you must have a doc type HTML. So I'm going to explain why do we have a doc type. This doc type is telling the browser that you want to use. You want to use the Google Chrome, you want to use Firefox, you want to use Opera Mini, you want to use Explorer. It's telling the browser that okay, I want the latest HTML. And what is the HTML? What is the latest HTML? We have the latest HTML, HTML5. So, for example, some websites, when you log in into it, and later some years you discover that what is discovered that is it cannot be found on the web. So because they do not include this doc type HTML. So when you include the doc type HTML, so when the HTML, when it's upgraded, then definitely your own website too will be upgraded. So I'm going to explain. So then followed by HTML, then followed by head. Between the head we have a title. Like you can see, my own title is olatechboss.com. So then you close the title. So the body, you have the body. Then welcome to HTML. That's this is a paragraph. Just the paragraph is between the body. So whatever you want to write must be between the body. So then you close the HTML. Then the tag doc type HTML, this defines the document type and HTML version. So you want which version of HTML is HTML5, HTML4, HTML3, HTML2. So the version is telling the browser that okay, I want the latest version. That's the what? That's doc type HTML. So the HTML tag, are you getting me? The HTML indicate that this is a web page document and what? And the beginning of the HTML code. If this is missing, the program will not run and it will display an error. So suppose you miss it in your program and you did not include HTML, you are just wasting your time. So that's why you have to include the HTML. So immediately after the doc type HTML, so you have to put the HTML. Are you getting me? So then you are going to close it at the end. So that you can see this one is a closing tag. So this is a tag, this is an open tag, and this is a closing tag. So when you open the tag, you have to close it. So just put the slash and the HTML, so that is you are closing it. So now whatever you want to code must be within this HTML. Don't say okay, I want to write my code here and you just put HTML here. No, that cannot be done. So you have to what? You have to be within the HTML and the closing HTML tag. So now, for after the HTML, the next one is what? Is the heading tag. Are you getting me? The head. So that is the head is the next. So the head, that's the head tag. This indicates header of the document, and this head at all time must contain what? Must contain a title. That is, between that head there must be what? There must be a title. So that's the title tag. And within the title, so then you close the tag. So the tag title, this must fall within the what? Within the head tag, and is used to display the title of a web page. For this example, what will be displayed is what? Is olatechboss.com. That is, if we use this as an example and we run the code, what is going to display as the title is going to be what? olatechboss.com. That's what is going to display. So don't worry, we are going to code. We are going to what? We are going to definitely code. So that's the title. So the tag close the head, that is the closing head. So you can see slash head. So that is, when you have written this and the title, you close the title. Then the next one is what? Is you close the head. So this marks the end of the header tag. This is also very compulsory, as every tag must have a beginning and an end. So it must have a beginning and it must have an end. So the tag close title, this marks the end of the title tag. So you have to put what slash title. So you put it when you write title, then follows it. So then close head. Then the next one is the body. So that's the body tag. So this is the body of the page where all design and information will be displayed. Now whatever you want to write must be within this body tag. This is a very important tag and must be present in all web page. And must be what? And must be present in all web page. I hope that's clear, right? So now the tag P, are you getting me? Is a paragraph, is a paragraph. This is the paragraph tag used to display information on a paragraph. Are you getting me? So on the paragraph, so the information that will be displayed here is going to go welcome to HTML basis. That is from our coding here. So the information that we display on the screen is going to be welcome to HTML basis. So we are going to code. Just don't worry, we are going to code now. We are going to code now. So now the tag close body, this is used to close the body tag, that is the end of the body section. So the tag close HTML, are you getting me? This tag is used to what? To close the HTML code. So now after you have written this program, so what the next thing to do is to save the file with what? With, you can use a name, but it must end with .html, because if it don't end with .html, your browser will not recognize anything. You're just wasting your time. So just when you want to save, now how you want to save, you are going here. So when you want to save a document, okay, let me just use this as an example. So I can just click here. So when I click here and I say save, I say save as, or I say save or save as. So when I click save as, so there must be something file name here. So the file name there, I can just write a name on LaTeX .html dot what? HTML. So that's how you are going to save. Are you getting me? That's how you are going to save. So if the file is not saved with the extension name .html, that is giving a name .html, you will not get the desired result. I guess me, all what you have coded is just rubbish. But you have to resave it .html. So one file using your browser, for example, Internet Explorer, by double clicking the file, when you just double click. So depending on which form you want to code. So some programmer may instruct you to just use a bracket. There's a bracket, so you can use brackets. You can see this is a bracket. So you can also use Sublime. So you can use Visual Studio Code. You can see Visual Studio Code, you can use that. You can also use Notepad, or you can use Notepad++, depending on what you want to use. But I myself personally will recommend Visual Studio Code, because the Visual Studio Code is very sweet. Are you getting me? You will enjoy it. So let's just download. You have to download. You can go to what? You can go to your Google Chrome. Are you getting me? So then you download your what? You download it. So you just click Visual Studio Code. Are you getting me? It's going to bring it for you. So now I want to run the program. We are going to do what? We are going to do program now, and we are going to run something. It's going to be nice. Just wait and you see. Don't mind me. So I have to open a page. You can see. So this one is just play when I'm just playing with my code. So, and one thing is, if you want to program, you have to open a folder. Are you getting me? You have to open a folder, and inside that folder you can just say open a folder. You can create a folder, or you can create it at anywhere before. So you can create it, so you can put it on desktop, and everything you want to save should be in that folder. So let me just use my folder. I've created one before. I name it my program, so you can see. So I've created it. So I name my programming. So you can just select this folder, and that's where you want to save. So that's where you want to save. Then when once you have selected it, so you can just uh there are these are the what is there right now. So you can just start a new one and you save it there. So you can just say control N. So it's going to open a new page. So now what are we going to run? So the first thing, I said you must put what you must put a doc type. So HTML. So this is doc type dot what dot html. So then you close that. So one thing you should note that when you save this thing, like you can say save as. So when you say save, uh so on desktop, I save it on desktop. So on that desktop, you are going to look at the name of the folder that I save it. So like you can see, I want to save it here. So and I'm going to name it now. I can just say um I can just use first. I can just say first program, first program. So then dot html. So don't forget, you have to save it dot html. Then you click save. Now do you see now? So now look at the logic. Now you will see something now. So if you click HTML, is going to bring it for you. So HTML, that's why I recommend for you Visual Studio Code. So you can download that. So can you see now, it has bring the close tag. So you can just take it down. So the next one is what? Say it is what? It's that follow the head. So there must be a head. There must be what? There must be a head. So then you see, do you see something? So you can just go down. So now between the heads, there must be what? There must be a title. Don't forget, oh, there must be what? There must be a title. Are you getting me? There must be a title. So now, yeah. So then after the head, there must be a body. There must be what? Body. Now your body too. You must have a body. So now, what are we going to code? So this one is not necessary to be like this. So let me just screen this safe. Okay, now you are going to see something funny now. So all I take post, that's our title.com, right? That should be our what? Our title. Don't forget, title must be within the head. So don't mind me, I just put space, or you can, if you don't like it, you can just put it here. So now what are we going to write? Okay, I'm going to pause. Just wait for me. So see, I don't have time to type, but I'm going to just write something. What can I just bring here? So that is going to be within the body. Oh, sorry. That's okay. This is what I no. Just cancel. That's not what I want. So this is what I want to copy. It should be somewhere around it. So let's see. Where? Okay, let me just use this, right? Let me just copy something from here. So I can just okay. Uh, that's enough. That's enough. That's okay. That's enough. So I can just control V, right? This is much. I don't mind me. We say Arabic. Now you are going to see something funny enough. You have to go to file, just say save. Or if you don't want, you can just press Ctrl X. So now we are going to, so look at me, look at the mouse. So when you double click, then you can say review in Explorer. So and then it's going to show my first program. So you can just open it here. So look at what it display. Can you see that here now is what? Here now is the title, which is olatechboss.com. That's our title. Now all these are within the body. So that's why you can see it is in the body. But I don't like it like this because there is no paragraph, there's no space, there's no nothing. So we have to what? We have to do something here now, right now. We have to do something here right now. So we have to do something here right now. As you know now, this is now a web page. Like you can see, this is a web page. Can you see? So this is a web page. This is now a web page. So this is your title. So you can see where I save it, the file. That's the file information. So it's saying that I save it is on my hard drive. You see the hard drive is C, and the users, so the users is Olayola. You can see that's my laptop. I save it on desktop, and then the name of the file that I save it, that's the folder, is what is my program. That's the file. So then what's the name of the file? Is first program, first program.html. So like you can see it there. So you can see. Mhm. So now you see now this is what we have run. So you can see this is what we have written. So and that's what we can run. But suppose I want to try the this now. I want to make this to be like from here now. I want to let it to have a paragraph. So I can just put P here. So when I put P, so then I put P here, right? So I open the tag and close it. So Ctrl X now. So I'm giving it here that it should be born in east of Damascus. So month of Rabiul Awwal. So I want to give this a paragraph. I can just put Ctrl P. So then I can just press Ctrl S, that is to save. So I'll go back to the Chrome and say reload. Now you see there's a paragraph now between this. But now I can also bold this thing now, or I can just let this to be more bigger, you know. So I can let it to be more bigger than what, because Ibn Taymiyyah, they have to know who is Ibn Taymiyyah. So I can just bold it, I can give it bold, or I let it to become more bigger. So so when you want to make something to be big, so you can just give it an H1 tag. We have H tag. So the H1, we have H1, we have H2, we have H3, H4, H5, H6. So H1 is the highest one, while the H6 is the lowest one. So if I just give it an H1, so don't mind me that I'm right, an H1 tag. So I can just, where I want it to be is just the Ibn Taymiyyah. So Ctrl X here. So Control Ibn Taymiyyah is Hamad bin Abdul Salam. So I can just keep it here. So let me just give the whole this place. Let me just give it H1. So I can just press Ctrl X. So then go back to the browser, then reload. So you can see now people should know who is Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah is Hamad bin Abdul Salam bin Abdullah. So Abu al Habas Teki al Dini. So bin Taymiyyah al Haram. Can you see? Now, okay, born in Haran, east of Damascus, an old city within the Arabian Peninsula between Sham and Iraq. So let me just, I gave the whole this a paragraph, but now let me just give this. Now, let me just give it what do we call it? Let me just give it. Um, okay, let me just give this. Let me just give it the all this. Okay, let me just give it h3. Let me just give it h3. So that's the all this. I'm giving it the h3. So I can just start writing it here. So shift, just say h3. So Ctrl X. I hope you know the reason why I Ctrl X is because I want to close the tag here. So I will drop it here so that it will include everything here. So you can just press Ctrl X, that's save. Then you go to the browser, you right click and you click reload. Then you can see that now here is now looking nice. So you can change the color. You can even, if you are over mouse on it, if you want it to be changing color, you are still going to learn, that's css. You are going to learn cascading style sheet, so you are going to learn, but this is just a beginning of html. This is just a beginning of what, of html. So you can see we have done a nice thing now. But now let's go to link. So suppose you want to link, now you can link something. So we can link our Facebook to this page. It's possible. So it's possible to link the Facebook to this page, or we can do a lot of things, but don't let us go there now. So we are going to do that later. So we have a lot of things to do, but we are going to do that later. So what we can also do now, I'm seeing some images. You can put an image. So what's the code of image? It's just img. Are you getting me? Img. So then src. So the src means the source. Are you getting me? That's image. The image is shortened img. So src means source. So the source is, you want to take it from the browser. So, and mind you that the image you want to put there, it must be in jpeg or png. Are you getting me? It must be in jpeg, or it may be in png form. Are you getting me? You see jpeg, that's jpg. So you can see on that folder there is what, there is an image. So you have to put an image, and you have to watch the name of the image you are putting on that what, on that folder. So that's the name you are going to put here. So if you are not putting the image there, and you are expecting something you are expecting the image to just appear from one angle, hey, you are wasting your time. So you have to put that image in that folder so that it will be clear to you. So now I'm putting an image called what, glow dot jpeg. Are you getting me? That's, yeah, jpg. You see, that's why I recommend Visual Studio Code. So you can just say Ctrl X, you save. Are you getting me? Then you are going to see something fantastic now. And mind you, everything is within what, within the body. Everything is within what, is within the body. So you have to close the tab. You have to close it. So I've not closed it, so I'll close it now. So that's why the body closing tag is showing red. So I have to close it. I forgot to close it. So now Control X. Now Control what? Control X. So it means save. So now you can go back to the browser. Then when you reload, you are going to see a fantastic thing. The image is too big. Can you see? It's too big. The image is too big. So we have to reduce the size. We want it to be small. So the image is too big. Look at it. The image is too big. So we have to reduce the size. So how can we reduce the size? Just go back to your this thing, go back to your web page, and then you can write uh let's say width. So you can see. So when you width, let's just say 400. The width should be 400, and the height, should be, let's say, 300 now. So yeah, and just press Ctrl X, and then from here, so reload. Now do you now see the image is small? So you can do it, you can put it anywhere, you can put it center, middle, anyone, or you want to put it up. So it depends on what you want to do. But now, so let's stop there for now. So we shall continue Bismillah. So we continue from where we stop. Are you getting me? So we continue from where we stop.